Oh, the impossible was just done. Biden somehow found a way to get Brittany Griner back home. And a lot of people are upset about it. Me personally, I'm not upset about an American citizen coming home from a 9-year sentence in a Russian penal colony. Like, I'm not mad about that. You got to be a real hating ass nigga to be upset about somebody getting out of a... Like, of course, she broke the laws in Russia. Don't get me wrong. Before y'all start hopping in the comment section, I know she broke the law. I'm just saying, I'm not mad. This isn't a murderer. This isn't a rapist. This isn't a killer. This isn't a trafficker. She just had a fucking, like, I don't know, THC, like marijuana pen. I don't know what y'all druggies do. Anyways, Shorty broke the law, managed to get off scot-free. She got freed in exchange for a real killer, a real nigga. Apparently, this is a Russian arms trafficker who's responsible for real deaths, responsible for real destruction. And she's been released in exchange for a real killer. And a lot of people are upset about this. A lot of people are upset about the fact that she, an NBA player, a WNBA player, was exchanged for this, weapons trafficker. And this guy, Victor Bout, she was traded for a notorious arms dealer by the name of Victor Bout. I believe he has a nickname like something death or whatever. I don't know what nickname y'all gave this nigga that he automatically just got this random nickname out of nowhere the moment Brittany Griner gets released. And a lot of people are upset about the exchange. And one of the main reasons why people are upset about the exchange is because apparently there's an American Marine currently locked up in Russia right now. So right now, more than 3 years before the WNBA star Brittany Griner was arrested at an airport outside of Moscow for traveling with cannabis oil in her bag, another American, retired U.S. Marine veteran Paul Whelan, was taken into custody in Russia's capital city. At the time, Whelan's brother said that he was visiting Russia to attend the wedding of a Marine colleague. Odd. He was arrested in December 2018 on espionage charges that the U.S. has said are false, and sentenced to 16 years in prison following his conviction 2 summers later. Ahead of the conviction, Whelan was hospitalized and underwent a surgery, a hernia surgery, his brother said. Whelan, now 52, is an American national who holds citizenship in Canada, where he was born, the United Kingdom, and Ireland. He was accused by Russian prosecutors for working for U.S. intelligence, and they claimed before a court in Moscow that he had been caught red-handed receiving a flash drive that contained classified information during his trip abroad. After maintaining his innocence throughout the legal proceedings and arguing that he had been framed, Whelan and his defense team declined to appeal the conviction, saying they hoped his freedom would be secured by way of a prisoner swap between the U.S. and Russia. Now, a lot of people are upset about this because Biden swapped a Russian arms trafficker responsible for the deaths of apparently a shitload of people. Biden traded that guy, traded Victor Bout, a piece of shit, for Brittany Griner, even though we have a United States Marine in Russian custody, in a Russian prison, and we haven't grabbed this guy. We have not exchanged anybody for him. A lot of people are pissed off about that. And I gotta admit, they're right. Now, Trump was upset about it, and he went on Truth Social and made his opinion known about it. The problem with Trump speaking on this is, nigga, this Whelan guy, this Marine, got locked up in 2018. You had from 2018 to 2020 to do something. You didn't do anything. Biden's no better. Biden, you've been in office for 2 years. When the knowledge of this Marine being in Russian custody came to your knowledge, I know you have to know who this guy is now that the Brittany Griner thing has just blown up. I know you know who this guy is. The fact that you have not made any statement on trying to get him out, the fact that we have not heard anything before this, the fact that his freedom seems like not much of a priority to the United States of America is disgusting to me. And it just goes to show, we claim to love the troops and love the veterans and blah, blah, blah. But here we have a United States Marine locked up in Russia on espionage charges. And y'all trade this guy for Brittany Griner. Look, I'm not upset about Brittany Griner coming home. If I was in that particular predicament, I'd want to be traded too. I would want to come the fuck home. Problem is, we got a United States Marine We've got a United States Marine locked up right now on espionage charges. And y'all traded Victor fucking Bout, or Boot, or whatever the fuck his name is. You traded Victor fucking Bout for Brittany Griner while you have a United States Marine locked up. This nigga's nickname is the Merchant of Death. I don't know when he got that nickname. I don't know when he got it, but it seems like he got it recently. This nigga's nickname is the Merchant of Death. Y'all gave up the Merchant of Death for Brittany Griner. What are y'all gonna do for this Marine? We got to get his ass out too. Or are we only gonna free Americans when it's good for the optics? See, Trump can criticize Biden all he wants, but let's acknowledge the truth as the American people for a second. I know we have our loyalties to Trump or Biden, but let's step away from these old ass, decrepit, at death's door ass niggas, and let's as young Americans step away for a second and look at this objectively, right? Here you got these two old ass, decrepit, dust breathing ass niggas, Trump and Biden, and Trump had 2 years to grab this Marine, didn't do shit. Why? Because it just wasn't a priority, I guess, apparently. That's the answer. That's the actual answer. Sorry, but it's the truth. I fuck with Trump, but the truth is this guy being freed was not a priority to Trump. Hence why the guy wasn't freed. Trump had a pretty good relationship with Putin, according to Trump. He could have got this guy out, maybe, but he didn't do anything. Biden has taken a much more harsh stance on Putin and Russia. And in case y'all forgot, Russia sparked a war in Ukraine that the United States has been backing Ukraine in. So, if there was ever a time to get this guy out, it would have been when Trump was in office. Now, Biden, on the other hand, Biden, now that he knows this guy's locked up, now that he's aware of the fact that this guy's in Russian custody, a U.S. Marine, you just traded a killer. You just traded a guy who's apparently the Merchant of Death for Brittany Griner. What are you going to do to get this Marine? This is embarrassing for the United States. We talk a big game about the veterans and the troops and we love our country and we love our troops. Get the fuck out of here, okay? Get the fuck out of here. This guy got sentenced to 16 years. This guy then, his legal team refused to appeal the charges because they assumed that he would get traded. He would get a trade. They thought that Russia and the U.S. would trade prisoners and he'd be fine. Obviously, that ain't the case. But maybe the Brittany Griner trade is exactly what this guy needed to be able to come home. A lot of people are mad, like, oh, this Marine locked up. Well, this might be his chance of coming home. How many of y'all knew this nigga was locked up before Brittany Griner got traded? I didn't know. You can act like you knew, viewer watching this, if you want to be snarky, but your ass probably didn't know either. So, with that established, seems to me like this guy benefited from Brittany Griner being released. But it's just funny to me how people on both sides are talking up a big game. Trump talking his shit, but it's like, Trump, you had 2 years to grab this guy, you didn't. And you got along with Putin. You probably could have got him out, but you didn't. Biden, been in for 2 years, ain't did shit to get this nigga out at all. Now that, the Brittany Griner situation is happening, it's good optics for him to get her released, right? And then ultimately, we got this guy still locked up. But it seems to me like Brittany Griner being released might be the thing needed to get this guy out. Sometimes you got to be second in line to get addressed. Sometimes you need someone else to take the W before you can too. And that's one of those, it seems to me like this is the situation that they needed, that this Whelan guy needed. He needed Brittany Griner to get locked the fuck up and traded because Trump didn't grab his ass. Biden didn't seem too concerned about this guy. We haven't heard from the Biden administration about this guy yet, but Biden admin didn't seem too concerned about this guy either. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, motherfuckers mad about Brittany Griner getting out. I don't know what it is, but it is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.